Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. People over at Formula Legends have released a new patch, patch 1.0.5. They also brought along some DLC as well. It's called the Raw Power DLC. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about it and give my opinions on it. So with the DLC, I don't really care too much about the DLC. Costs £4, which I guess is questionable considering the game's been out for about 40 days, like it's just over a month, and already got some paid DLC. But it introduced three new cars. So you've got this car here, and finally this car here. So the third one, the Beta Borneo, it looks like the Force India car. I guess that's the only one I actually noticed because I wasn't really watching Formula One up until I think I started watching Formula One like 2008-ish, 2009-ish. So yeah, I do recognize a Force India, which is cool. But like I don't really care too much about this. Like it doesn't really add too much to the game. I guess if you like love these cars, then maybe you think differently. But for me personally, I just think it's just another cosmetic, and I don't really care about the cosmetic, especially with the like gameplay issues that this game has, in my opinion. So yeah, so that's a raw power DLC, and then they introduced some bug fixes as well. I'm just gonna put these up on screen. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I haven't really like encountered these bugs before, so I didn't really care about these either. The only bug that I think needs to be addressed is when you're driving like modern F1 cars, the engine sound will go, and before this update, the engine sound would just go completely, like accelerating and braking. But now, so the accelerating sound will go, but then the braking sound will stay, and like it's just really like just a weird like sound to hear because like you think your car's just not making any noise, and then all of a sudden you brake and it's just making like the noise it's supposed to make. So a bit weird, and I definitely think that should be like a priority issue. I'm surprised that hasn't been fixed, but maybe it's something more difficult than they would have thought. They also added some track updates, and the only one that I've really noticed is the France ones, the Monaco track. So the chicane after the tunnel is a bit wider. You can definitely notice that, and it's definitely easier to drive. You can almost just go like straight. You don't have to like go right and then go left and then go right again. You can kind of just go straight through it, which is nice. And then for Germany and Italy, I didn't really notice the change chicane. I could be like wrong, and maybe it is bigger, but I didn't really notice much of a difference. But on the France one, it was like really obvious that it's changed. So yeah, that's cool. So the main bit of the update which interested me is the gameplay improvements. So the first one with the reworked DLC color schemes. Again, don't really care about that. But the improved AI performance when tire wear drops below 50%. So my understanding of this is they're saying that when the AI's tire wear was less than 50%, their performance was a lot less than it should have been. And like before and after the update, I can't say I noticed that too much. I guess I could say that when I played it like yesterday slash today, like later on in the stints, like the AI was like the gap between me and the AI was like staying the same. So I guess that's a good sign. But like I never really saw this as an issue. But like maybe if you're playing on harder difficulty, it's an issue. I usually play on normal, and yeah, I never really noticed that. So I can't comment too much if it's improved or gotten worse. But I never saw it as an issue to begin with. So it's not like something which is like obvious. Less aggressive AI behavior during the races. So definitely think this is a one which is up for debate, because I did a race on Singapore. Like if you've seen my TikTok I uploaded a couple of days ago, literally the first lap was just absolute chaos. Like I was on the racing line, stayed on the racing line, going around the corner, got hit from the back, and then like a couple corners later, there was just like a huge pile up of cars, and then everyone was just driving like full speed into the pile up. So it was like yeah, a bit of a mess. So like, are the AI less aggressive? I think I've noticed a few times when like I'm like side by side with them or slightly in front of them, they almost like back out of the like battle and then just like let me go past. So I guess that is less aggressive. But then I think there are other times when the AI just doesn't know you're there and will just drive straight into you. And then you have this issue where like you can be behind the AI watching them like race, and then like it looks fine. and then you try and like, I don't know, like come up the inside or like dive bomb, whatever you want to do, and that the AI just doesn't register that you're there. I feel like the AI are like, when voicing other AI, they're like coded correctly, but then when I think it's to like noticing you and being able to like make on the fly decisions, I don't think they're like good at doing that. I think they're just like sticking on the racing line, and then if you're there, well, good luck basically. So I definitely think that the AI really needs to be improved, but like I'll get more into that later. So improved AI pit strategy. Again, this wasn't an issue that I had before this update, so I guess like I tried to pay more attention to it, but like I still think like the AI's pit strategies are fine. In like the championship that I did, it was just usually just going to be a one stop, and there wasn't like different tire compounds. It's either hard or wet, so it was just like usually about halfway, maybe like 60% of the way through the race, I'll make a pit stop, and then like it's pretty normal. So again, like I didn't see it as an issue. It's still like fine in my eyes anyway. So I think it's fine. And then mandatory pit stop for AI in Dark Forest. I think that's Germany. I could be wrong. I think that's Germany. But I don't think I played that track, and yeah, I never saw it as an issue. So maybe if you played that track before, like you'll know if it's an issue or not. But for me, I haven't played that track, so like again, didn't really care too much about it. So yeah, so that is all of the changes that they've made. They also put, let me just find it. They also said what they're working on, and they're working on further improving the AI behavior, collision physics, and a new difficulty system. I definitely like agree with them that that should be the priorities, because I think those three things are definitely something that will improve the game. Because I think like the collision physics in the game at the moment are like really bad, because if you just like touch someone, you essentially get like hooked onto their car, and then like you're both like tangled together, and then neither of you can move, and then you're just just being like dragged along until one of you like decides to just like drive off onto the grass so you can like get untangled. The collision physics really need improving. Just to like summarize, I do think that the game still isn't what I'd want it to be, but I think I'm like starting to move on to the side of maybe the game isn't what I want it to be, and like it's not the type of game that I want it to be. Because I was looking for like an arcadey like racing game, but I feel like this game is like trying to be F1 but not have the graphics. And then like I don't have a problem with the graphics, but like I don't think it's doing a good job at trying to be F1. So like for example, with blue flags, so that yeah, I'm actually like, getting decent at the game now, so I'm able to like lap normal difficulty and AI, and yeah, you get blue flags when you're coming up to lap someone, and then I would have thought that the AI would like move off the racing line or like do something, but then they just like continue driving. It's like, what's the point of blue flags? Like, I already know I'm gonna lap someone. If someone's good enough to be lapping someone, then surely they already know. So like, I don't really get the point of it. So it's like, I guess it's adding to the like whole F1 immersion, but I don't think it really adds to the gameplay, because it doesn't actually have an effect on the gameplay. And then the rain I still like just hate the way the rain is, because it's just, you're driving, everything's fine, and all of a sudden it's raining, and you might have pitted the lap before, and it's just like messes everything up. And like I don't like that. Sounds very arcadey to me. It's like a lightning bolt on Mario Kart, or like a blue shell or something like that. And like I just don't get the point of it. So yeah, I'm not I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah, so I guess that's all from me. I still think this game has work, like it needs work, but it's like an okay game. And I think I'll leave it at that for now until there's like a significant update. I think it's just going to be an okay game. And then like if anyone asks me like would I recommend this game, I would say like watch a few videos on it. If you like F1, you'll probably like it. If you don't like F1, I think it's like a bad game. If you do like F1, I think it's good enough to play. And yeah, especially after playing like iRacing Arcade now, the demo for iRacing Arcade, like I just can't emphasize enough how much better that game is. Like for me anyway. I guess I can't say objectively it's a better game, but in my opinion it's definitely a better game. I think there are like obvious features that iRacing Arcade has which this game doesn't have, which make it a better game. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Yeah, so that's all from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.